I'm Ron Marshalsea, and this is your Sports Update. The baseball team is back in the win column with back-to-back-to-back W's, beating Medway 3-1, Dover-Sherborn 8-1, and Dedham 5-3. In the 8-1 win over DS, junior Jerry Fry pitched a complete game, allowing only 3 hits, and senior Quinn Burgess, senior Sean Dittmeyer, and sophomore Angel Oliveira all had 2 RBIs apiece. They are at Norton for their next game, Monday the 8th at 6:30. The softball team continues to run through everyone in their path, beating Medway 7-1, Dover-Sherborn 10-3, and Dedham 7-6. NCM was at the win against Dover-Sherborn, where sophomore Pauline Cordani pitched a complete game that was nearly a shutout until DS scored their only 3 runs in the final inning. The softball team's record now stands at 7-2. NCM also headed down to Gene Brown Field to cover the JV softball game against Medway, with Mark Hoover and Mike Crowley on the mics. Norwood had outstanding pitching performances by 2 8th graders. That's right, I said 8th graders. Sarah Randall and Lauren Salvucci were on the mound throwing strikes and had great defense behind them. Salvucci came in after Randall and proceeded to strike out 6 in a row to end the game with the slaughter rule. After the game, Mark Hoover caught up with Sarah Randall.
Well, here with Sarah Randall following a big shutout win by the Norwood Mustangs JV squad. Sarah, great work today. Pitching was absolutely outstanding between you and Salvucci. You know, you got yourself into a couple of troubles like leadoff hitters getting on base with the walks. You know, from a pitching standpoint, how do you kind of refocus as you did to come back to get, those back-to-back strikeouts?
I usually just take a break and a breath, and I try and focus in on the batter.
You know, as an 8th grader, being pulled up here to play JV, what's that kind of been like to be playing, basically kind of for the high school that you're hopefully going to be playing with again next year when you get up here to the high school?
It's been a good experience. I'm getting lots of practice to hopefully be on a bigger level next year.
The pitching today I thought was fantastic. Between yourself settling down, you had that one inning with a couple walks, and then you came back with some strong strikeouts. Salvucci comes in. She gives up that one infield hit and then 6 strikeouts to end the game. You're playing with some freshmen. You've got at least a sophomore on the team. Plus, you got a bunch of 8th graders. What are you kind of looking forward to, I guess, for the rest of this year?
I'm looking forward to winning lots of games and having fun with everyone on the team.
Well, Doc and I were talking about, their pitcher was also an 8th grader. So you guys have got like 5 years basically, right? To play Norwood softball. So our thought is in 5 years, maybe Randall against Bliss, who was their pitcher. So we'll get to see it again. Congratulations on a great win today. Terrific pitching, great hitting, and all that kind of stuff. And best of luck going forward.
Thank you.
All right. Miss Randall, our winning pitcher today as the Mustangs come out on top of Medway. I think it was like 13-0, but a terrific outing by the Norwood pitchers.
The Deadwood lacrosse team had a tough loss against Medfield, but took their anger out on Medway a few days later, beating them 14-1. Their next game will be against Ashland at Dedham High School, Monday the 8th at 4 o'clock. The girls lacrosse team lost to Dover-Sherborn, but got the job done against Norton, beating them 22-15, and Dedham beating them 13-3. In the Dedham win, Olivia Naughton and Caroline Forrest both scored their 100th points early in the first half, and Mustang goaltender Kaylee Brown only let up 3 goals the entire game. Their next game will be Monday the 8th, home against Norton at 5 o'clock. The boys tennis team lost to Medway and Dover-Sherborn this week, but are anticipating a great matchup with Norton when they travel there Monday the 8th at 3:45. The girls tennis team lost to DS, but got their first win of the season with a 3-2 victory over Medway. They will also match up with Norton on the 8th at 3:45, but at home. The boys and girls track teams both had tough losses over in Holliston this past week, but they will be going against Medfield on the 9th at 4 o'clock right here at home. The volleyball team lost to Millis, Nipmuc, and Norton this week. They get a rematch with Dighton Rehoboth from earlier in the season when they travel there Monday the 8th at 6 p.m. And in past Mustang news, Danielle Chason, NHS class of '94, was inducted into the Bentley College Athletic Hall of Fame this past February. Chason finished her basketball career at Bentley with 1,728 points. She is in the top 10 in rebounds and the only player in Falcons women's basketball history with at least 200 blocks and 200 steals. She helped Bentley to a 4-year record of 107-20 with 3 NCAA Elite 8 appearances, 3 NCAA Division D2 regional titles, and 3 Northeast 10 regular season championships. Danielle is also a member of the NHS Athletic Hall of Fame and the NE10 Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Danielle. And more congratulations are in order as longtime Braintree freshman and JV girls basketball coach Kelly McDonald, class of '95, was named the head coach of the Braintree girls basketball team. Kelly was a part of 5 state championship teams since 2004 and probably doesn't intend to stop at 5. Congratulations, Kelly. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea.